Hey there, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be going over how you can make your first $500,000 year using Pump Acquisition's Value Creator and Attention Monetization model. Today we're only going to be using proven strategies that are known to work. Starting out with why you should listen to myself, I actually spent tens of thousands of dollars and months of my personal time and easily enough capital to fund a full college degree on the information I'm going to be sharing with you today. Not only months of my own time, but I literally went broke spending my own capital on programs, mentorships, courses, and consultations to capture the insights that have allowed me to scale businesses to over $100,000 in annually recurring revenue in under 90 days. So who is this for? This information is for coaches, consultants, trainers, and agency owners who are struggling to sign clients or scale past $15,000 per month, closers, ex-appointment setters, and freelancers. Time is our most valuable resource on this planet, and each day we're spending it whether we like to or not. The responsibility lies entirely on us to utilize our time effectively in order to get what we want within this life. If you're currently struggling to generate capital for yourself, for your family, or for your dream life, and you're finding difficulty running a traditional coaching business or marketing agency, feeling like your efforts are getting you nowhere, you are not alone. I'm here to tell you that it is not your fault. Nearly every single industry expert or marketing guru like Iman Gadzhi has been misdirecting us, which has resulted in the countless failures and difficulties most people within our space are currently experiencing. And today, we're going to eradicate that entirely. Starting out with a problem that has no escape. So market saturation is increasing dramatically as each day passes. This is because the population has taken notice that a marketing agency or coaching and consulting business are some of the best ways to achieve financial freedom. This, in combination with the fact that the barrier to entry is extremely low, meaning all you need is just a computer and an internet connection to give it a shot, this results in the saturation epidemic we're currently experiencing. Everyone wants to give online business a shot because it's so easy to get into, and so many people like Iman have displayed it as much easier than it really is. But it's not all bad. Look at the brighter side always exists, and luckily for us, it actually defines and empowers our winning attributes. This is exactly what I spent tens of thousands of dollars and months of time to figure out, and I'm going to be sharing it with you today, totally free of charge. So here's the beginning of the fix. The solution is to change our approach entirely, completely different to what we're taught and what our current understanding of the traditional approach is. We must become value creators, capable of generating organic attention for ourselves at scale, and we achieve this by providing an immense amount of value entirely for free. If this doesn't make sense now, trust me, it will very soon. By doing so, we actually become a one-of-one niche in ourselves, meaning no one else can compete with us. And once we master generating attention organically, we begin to captivate and store the attention that we've worked so hard to generate. Only after doing so can we even begin to think about monetization and building our own in-house team of talent. This is your golden ticket to the promised land, an approach that goes against tradition, which ends up allowing us to escape the resistance known as market saturation. We also end up becoming our very own one-of-one niche, making it nearly impossible for someone to directly compete with you, escaping the price race to the bottom, which is just when two people are offering the same service or a product that seems similar, the buyer is just going to go with the cheapest product, meaning people only have price to compete with, meaning both product services are going to just constantly lower their price in hopes of getting the cheaper price and getting the buyer in result of that. So let's start with implementation. So here we've got our blueprint to implementation. All of these links are going to be available to you. So this is what we were taught traditionally, and this is what most people find so much difficulty with. This is probably going to resonate with you guys, and this was me a few months ago. So we're taught to try to find prospects, try to book them onto a demo, try to close the sale, and then we usually run into objections. Through the objections, our prospect either says no and is gone for good, or a very small percentage of the time, we manage to pass the objections and close successfully. I call this the permanent uphill battle because of all the difficulties we face within it. So we have problems like where will you find your prospects? How will you convince them onto a call? How will you overcome the resistance and objections when attempting to close? And if they say no, there's no reason for them to stick around with you, so most likely they're gone for good. It's not your fault, like I said. This is what the industry has taught us, and this is why so many of us are failing. This is a quick glimpse at the new strategy. Don't worry, we're going to be going through this entire thing right now. So coming back over here, before we get into that, our first step is to find service market fit, and I like to call that testing the waters. So before we get too deep into our business to the point where we can't turn back, we want to ensure we're on a strong foundation, and honestly, as strong of a foundation as possible. So here's our link to service market fit. So this all starts out with our thesis. So our starter thesis must include an offer for our ideal target customer, our ideal outreach channels that we want to operate on, and a pre-built conversational workflow. So what we're going to do, we have our starter thesis, we have a evergreen VSL, and then we're going to have several outbound specialists working on our selected channels, such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, conducting 100 to 500 total outreaches per day. After doing so, we're going to collect the data that we've generated over here, and we're going to restructure and optimize our offer based off of this data and how it performed. Now, we can also restructure our conversation and narrow down our outreach channels based on which one performed best. Essentially, we can infinitely boil down and continue to optimize our processes, but our goal is to get a consistent flow of meetings. So essentially, by using service market fit and testing the waters, you can see if your offer is actually going to resonate with the market, get a quick glimpse of how it's going to perform before you're too deep. And essentially, you can make sure that you're booking meetings before moving forward, which is an extremely important step that plenty of people already struggle with. So, like I said, the process we just went through is going to help us with service market fit. This allows us to figure out our ideal prospects' pain points and barriers, allowing us to create the perfect solution tailored specifically for them. Now that we have found a need for a certain service, we can actually craft that exact service ourselves, which becomes an extremely powerful no-brainer offer, which helps target with the market and resonate with them directly. So to summarize step one, instead of guessing and creating an offer and then just seeing if it works out or not and thinking, hey, the market might want this or this, we actually go through a strategic procedure that guarantees us a powerful offer that is sure to resonate with the market. So after we've gone through service market fit, we can jump into step two, which is generating attention for free. So I really want you guys to pay attention here, as this is one of the most crucial steps in this whole procedure. This is an extremely important step. Do this right, and you can underachieve in the rest of the steps, and you're still going to be able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Do this wrong, and you are done for. We're going to be generating attention whilst educating our prospects simultaneously. The current equation for this goes as follows. So our ask is the attention of people on the channel, such as YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be. We're asking for their attention. What we're going to be offering them is highly valuable content. So when you're asking for someone's time nowadays, you need to be giving them something valuable in return, and that's going to be our content, which is going to be extremely informative. Do not hold back your best information. That's a common mistake a lot of people make. Give away all of your best information for free. Do not worry about that. Our goal is to generate as much attention as possible for ourselves with the end goal of acquiring users. If we're asking for people's attention, we must be offering them something in return for our ask. We're going to be offering true value in exchange for the viewer's attention, meaning research conclusions, specific insights, and generally speaking, valuable knowledge and information. This is how the dynamic currently operates, and if you'd like evidence, just think of someone like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast offers everybody entertainment in exchange for his ask, which is our attention. And look how it worked out for him. Also, if you want evidence to why you should not refrain from giving out your best information, someone like Alex Hormozi exists. So he transitioned from running a multi-million-dollar business to becoming a content creator and giving away all of his insights for free so he can generate attention and develop his own audience. And now he's running $100 million businesses, actually several $100 million businesses, and has a network worth billions. Also, Serge Guattari. He's constantly sharing his insights from client acquisition. He offers free courses and programs and free webinars whenever he gets his latest insights, and he's doing $500K per month. After you're sharing a consistent amount of extremely valuable content for free, you're going to be able to generate attention for yourselves and acquire users. So let's just go over why this is so important. So another point of generating content that's informative for free is to actually educate our prospects. So at the top here, we have cold leads or prospects who are uneducated. They're going to be unaware of your solution. So what happens is they find you on either YouTube or a podcast, any sort of traffic engine in which you're posting informative, valuable content. You're going to then have that content chopped up and recycled and redistributed across channels like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for more people to engage with. Then we have value checkpoints / funnels. So a 2-step post with a call to action, your private community link, or a free course or lead magnet. So essentially, they learn about your solutions from both of these components. They then engage with any of these components and now learn further about your solutions and yourself. And now they're an educated prospect or warm lead. So now they're aware of your solution. So this prospect is now aware of their problems that they're facing and the solutions that you have to help them with those problems. This is so important because if you don't know or can't realize the problem you're currently facing, you can't think further about the next step being a solution to that problem or finding someone to help you with your current problem. For example, if an overweight person doesn't know that being overweight is unhealthy, or they don't even know that they're overweight, they don't realize that they need to make changes and seek out help, such as a personal trainer or getting a workout plan. So by producing content, not only are we generating attention, most importantly, we're educating the world about the problems they're currently facing and letting them know, hey, if you want help with that problem, I've got solutions. Meaning anyone who realizes that they have the problem that we're addressing and they want to fix it, well, we're going to be the first person that they contact. Now, moving on to step 3, which is the private community. So this is essentially your own personal bank vault, and it's going to help you get rich. So before we jump into that document, this is a storage space of where you gather all of your hard-earned attention and store it somewhere that's convenient for yourself. So we're going to be posting constant value content to generate attention. Instead of losing out on most of it, we're going to capture it and store it for ourselves. It also acts as another point of value for our audience members to benefit from. Like I said, we generated attention, which was really hard for us, so we're going to store it for ourselves because we've earned it. A good private community includes the following: a free course or informative program, an intro to what you do, your vision, and your beliefs, your story, and an opportunity for others to learn, build connections, build friendships, and better themselves. You might be asking, how do I get people to join my community? You do that by offering a free valuable resource, which is only unlocked by joining the community itself. The free resource, on top of an informative space for like-minded individuals, is an intriguing offer that also triggers reciprocity bias, meaning if someone gives you something, you might feel like giving them something in return. The private community is also vital as it's the starting point for monetization and bringing in new clients. So here we have the document. Like I said, the process, we're going to generate attention with high value content. We then capture and store that attention for ourselves within our private community, which becomes our own bank vault or gold mine of warm leads. So your private community can either be, a Facebook group or a Discord channel, even a Telegram channel or something like School. The point is, they're now going to be more familiar with you because they've consumed your content. They're going to have trust established with you because they've been consuming your content consistently and they see that you know what you're talking about. They're going to get the chance to win for free. So for example, if a fitness trainer gives out a free workout plan and some people see some weight loss or they gain some muscle with that free workout plan, they're only going to think of the results that fitness trainer might be able to produce for them with their paid programs. Most importantly, you have a consistent access to their attention and everyone becomes a potential customer. More on that later. Also, it's going to create a resistance-free sales process in comparison to this one over here, in which what we've been taught to do, which is extremely high resistance. Coming back over here, like I said, it's going to be exponential. So your private community is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow as you continue to post more and more content, which is just going to do wonders for your business. Now, finally, we're going to get into step 4, which is monetizing. So if you're stuck focusing on where your next meetings are going to come in from or having difficulties with outreach, your business is going to suffer detrimentally. So here's a guide to never having difficulties in terms of booking meetings again. You want to hire virtual assistants and place them within your private community as well as your specified outreach channels. You want to hire growth specialists, which are highly skilled appointment setters. You want to have outreach and appointment setting KPIs, which are just daily metric standards. You want to incentivize your team with bonuses and provide them with adequate training to do their job, and constantly test and re-optimize with newly found data. So, step 1 here, write an appointment setting script and a sales script. After booking a consistent flow of meetings with a certain message structure, document it so other members of your team can replicate those results with the successful messages. Do the same for your sales script so you can also replicate successful sales calls. In the testing phase, you want to test your sales script with 15 to 30 calls. Be sure that sales calls are taken with qualified prospects who have the funds to move forward with your services. Testing the sales process with unqualified prospects is going to result in giving you skewed data, which is false negatives. The 30% rule. So for your first real sales script, you should be clocking in at least 30% conversion rate with a wiggle room of a few percent. This is your baseline, and you can start moving forward from here. So until you achieve 30% conversion rate, you don't really have your processes refined yet. After achieving 30%, you can now begin to refine and re-optimize. So for the optimization process, now that you have a general understanding of what works, it's time to review and re-optimize and review your sales calls, both successful and unsuccessful. Note what kind of objections you faced and brainstorm on the optimal responses. Note what the turning point was that made prospects turn into buyers and what made prospects turn away and reject. Look for holes in your sales process and patch them up to the best that you can. Retest and collect data with your newly optimized process. Of course, you're going to want some appointment setters. So here are the duties of appointment setters. Follow up with prospects who booked but did not show up or purchase. Handle all DM conversations across all your selected outreach channels. Handle everyone who has taken action on your current action-based content. Conduct outbound daily outreach and meet the set KPIs that you've given them. Send outbound friend requests to ideal prospects to create their own new lead flow. And after you've done this procedure and you have successfully optimized your sales process once, and you're noticing higher than 30% conversion rate, and you're also spending 70 to 80% of your own time on sales calls, you can begin the process of 4B, which is hiring a sales rep and scaling. So here we are, for hiring a sales rep and ramping or scaling. So now that we've optimized our process and we've filled our calendar with meetings and closing sales calls, we're also ready to hire a sales rep and begin scaling the business. This is because we've taken all the correct steps in order. We've optimized process to guarantee a consistent flow of meetings. We have an understanding of our market and what makes prospects buyers. We have an optimized sales process as to not lose out on sales opportunities. We have a refined process to convert cold leads into warm, educated leads, creating a lower resistance sales process for ourselves. Essentially, we've checked off all the components that ensure our business to succeed by using detailed focus in each step and optimizing it before moving forward, making failure impossible. So when we're hiring our sales rep, we want to review previous sales calls with them over video chat and go over what we learned and what we improved. We want to have a 50-50 split between successful and unsuccessful sales calls. We want to have an internal company training for them to go over immediately when they get hired. We want to review the first 10 sales calls of every single rep and go over each call with them, providing them direct feedback on what they could have done better, what they did well, and what they should do differently moving forward. We want to provide continuous daily feedback and coaching to them, make them feel like they have all the resources that they need. And if one sales rep is excelling further than others, we want to have this rep actually tutor the others and help them improve and replicate their success. Now that we have gone over hiring a sales rep and ramping, we can jump into structuring service delivery. So the job roles of a sales rep, before we get into that, are going to be checking upcoming events of that day and manually doing outreach to each prospect, taking scheduled calls with the intention to sell, ensuring the CRM is cleared and all necessary follow-ups have been conducted. We want to inform setters of any no-shows, no closes, and quality of prospects on calls, meaning your sales rep wants to communicate with the appointment setter and let them know, hey, these are really high quality appointments, you're giving me good opportunities to sell, or the opposite if that's happening. We want to check the calendar for tomorrow's calls and make necessary follow-ups, meaning the sales rep knows what's going to be happening tomorrow. Now we can get into structuring and delivery. So here are the departments we want to be hiring for. We want to hire for setters, closers, so that's going to help out our sales operations bracket. Now when getting into operations itself, we want a systems integrator. And for fulfillment, we're going to want a customer success specialist. In order to build a competent team, you must hire the best possible talent within each role. Do not settle for lower quality employees for cost purposes. This is actually going to backfire on you tremendously. This results in lower quality results for your clients, which may cause them to potentially leave you, and it does not allow you to charge a higher price because you just have a simply lower quality service. You should use your platform and private community to source and hire your talent. Share your business vision and look to improve the lives of others who join you. By ensuring anyone who works for your business is given a golden opportunity to do fulfilling work and have a great earning potential, you're going to end up attracting top of the line talent. You also want to be using the profit partner model. So this actually incentivizes your team by sharing 20 to 30% of your revenue each month with your team in order to show them that they're appreciated and incentivize them to perform better. So this actually works extremely well because the more money you earn, the more money they earn. So that 20 to 30% is always flat. So if they actually end up earning you more money that month, they're going to have more money shared with them. So it truly incentivizes their performance. This is just an example of someone's team, Mr. Sam Ovens. So of course, he's in charge of creating content and he helps clients and he leads the business. He's got operations managers, which you can add on later. But most importantly, 2 client success coaches, a community manager. You can add this on later. Essentially, what we want to have out of the gate is, of course, our client success coaches, and we want to have our customer success specialist, as well as our systems integrator. So to summarize, All you have to do is generate a thesis for your ideal prospect, verify your thesis, generate the most valuable content you possibly can, store the attention you generate, build out a small-scale commission-based team to test your theory on sales calls. Once your hypothesis has been proven to be true, you can scale your small sales team to a larger sized, efficient team. Lastly, you want to build out your fulfillment using a profit partner protocol to ensure success and longevity. Now you have the choice to make. You can either attack this process alone and try it yourself, which may be possible, but without a doubt, it's going to be extremely challenging. Or you can work with me and my team. This is just an overview of our procedure. One component of our procedure actually before building out your team itself. So we help you with actually generating content. We help you with client acquisition and building your own private community, as well as creating a VSL, multiple steps to help you get to booking sales calls as well as monetizing. Going into more detail, you'll be able to gather a thesis and find service market fit as fast as possible by leveraging our outbound teams and our training protocols. We handle your video editing and assist you with generating value content. We build out your very own private community. We implement a team for your outreach campaigns and assist you in setting up KPIs and monitoring their performance. Tracking every single step of the way ensures your metrics are optimized and you're set for success. And we audit your fulfillment to ensure consistent progress and assist you with scaling your business. We have extremely limited spots as we actually love and actually find it essential to dedicating a certain amount of time to every single client, meaning we don't have the capacity to take on everybody, as that would mean we can't devote that same amount of attention to every single client. So for that reason, we have a very limited amount of spots. So if you'd like to work with us, book a call as soon as possible. This is for agency owners, coaches, online service-based business owners, and motivated beginners looking to speed run the learning process and skip years of failure and wasting money. This is also for anyone who took interest in the content we went over today and has any interest at all within making $500,000 per year within this business space. With that being said, I hope you have all the information to take action and move forward. If you're interested in working with us, please book a call as soon as possible. As I mentioned, we have limited spots. But thank you for your time. Be safe and be well, and I hope you learned something today.